Got a couple more people going to be joining in here. There you go.
How are you guys?
Doing
Hello,
great.
everybody. Hello,
What's up, Billy?
everybody.
We're doing great, man. The community's really excited and alive. We broke our contract all-time high for V2 here, so we're definitely stoked. We're pumped up about what's happening. Lots of good stuff going on with the project, and of course, that's why we're here with you guys to share a little bit more about Gallant across other communities that haven't heard of us, don't even know what the hell a Gallant is. So that's why we're here to shed the light, share the project. I think that if you ask me, I think a lot of projects kind of shoot themselves in the foot in a way, and make investors frustrated with them because everybody tries to go out and just hit AMAs from everywhere, get hype built up all around the project with promising the world and delivering them a snow globe. And so we're the organic group. We like slow and steady. It's not all about shooting out the gate with the highest amount of liquidity you can and things like that. Or one, it's not attractive to me, but two, it's nice to go a little bit, let people see updates, let people see developments, and then cross that next milestone, share it with other people that haven't heard about it.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me now? I'm having terrible connection issues here.
We can,
We
we
can hear
can.
you.
Awesome. Great. Jinx. Terrible. All right, I've started the recording, so welcome everyone here. Welcome to the AMA today with the Gallant team. I hear you've been talking a little bit already, even though you couldn't hear me. This is the Crypto Gems group, the place where the gems are being brought to the light. It's our duty to discover them, and it's your duty to do your own research before investing. We hold these AMAs for, to help you get more information, and we'll try and keep it to about 30 minutes or so. Hopefully I won't get cut out of it. The Gallant team here are here today, and they're kindly offering $25 to each of 4 lucky people who take part in today's session. So, ask your questions. So without any further ado, let's get this going. So can you tell us a little bit about Gallant? What is the story of this game? And the
Certainly.
token, of course.
Sure thing. And without further ado, I'd like to maybe do something that's a little different and unorthodox to what maybe has been done with your folks in the past. The Gallant team here has a presentation. So we'll go through it and that'll give you an insight. So we are Gallant Token. Here's the core team. Myself, Stephen Walters, as the CEO, background in IT and networking, analyst in operations with security. JB, he's the CFO. He's my right hand man and COO in a way. He's a numbers guy. He's a wallet man. Can tell you anything you want to know about percentages and so forth. You got Samantha. She's our head of design. She's our diamond that does all of our graphics and integrations on the web and so forth. And Jake, he's our game strategist. He's helping with game mechanics. He's a gamer himself, as well as some other people that's here in the community listening in that help with some of our game writing and so forth. Um, Before I go into recent developments, I'll just leave that up. So, what is Gallant? Gallant is a gaming utility community. Gallant Token LLC is our backer behind the project that is going to be doing the game developments and releasing them under Gallant Studios, which is the brand within Gallant. We're not just a Binance Smart Chain contract. We're a community of people around the world, but we're also a brand. Our helmet symbolized with the logo of a helmet. It takes courage and bravery to put on that helmet, and go into battle. And we know that out here in the DeFi space, it's a wild, wild west world. So uh, it symbolizes courage and bravery together. So that's Gallant. We're a game development brand, utility token that will not just be marketing medieval themed games, but also giving opportunities to game developers out there that want to have a launch pad for their game. Not everyone has the resources or the community, but they may have the skill set, and so we're excited about being able to do that. Our first game's launching next month. We're really pumped about that. I've got a little sneak peek for you guys that's not on our YouTube channel. I'm in the process right now of, after our meeting here, of getting that video edited and uploaded to showcase some of the developments in that 3D fighting game. Certic audit and Skynet is in the pipeline. We just had our meeting last night with one of the lead guys named Larry Lundy. You can verify him on the Certic About Us team. He's pretty well known in the DeFi space. He has the power to make or break a project. And so we're really glad to have a mutual connection with him through a friend that's affiliated with Certic. Apple development approval. Really excited about that. We were approved. So we're not just out here promising a game that's going to hit the market without having done our due diligence to have the accounts within Apple and Google set up already. So that was awesome. We did a sponsored ad with the Yankees Radio Network. That was pretty cool. It's listed on our website on YouTube. You can listen to it and see what they had to say. Onboarded Legacy Capital, Jerry and Brian, who's here in the AMA with us. We're thankful to have them here. We just released another Benzinga press release article. Super dope to have that done and add to the SEO space. Working on an exclusive NFT collection for holders and for anyone that's into NFTs. More information coming about that regarding attributes, rarity, and sneak peeks. CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap applications are in. Gaming developments. I'll pause right here if you want to ask any questions. Didn't catch your name. Who did the introduction here? COVID idiot. COVID idiot. Was that you, buddy?
That's me. Yeah, that's me. I'm
Okay,
a bit of
because
an
I
idiot,
know you asked what is
Um,
Gallant, so I introduced what is Gallant, and before I continue on into a
yeah,
presentation here, I'll give you the floor back.
awesome. Yeah, and we better let some people ask some questions too. Just someone actually in the team wanted to know if you can tell us how much the YouTube video cost.
The
Which
uh, the the YouTube video that was released just recently from Crypto Gains, um, that was
Yeah,
free. The guy was excited about our project. Some people in our community follows him, and they mentioned who we are to him. And I was literally asleep from pulling an all-nighter doing dev work and stuff. And Sammy came upstairs and woke me up, and she's like, "Steven, like we just had a YouTube video drop, and so we've increased our holder count, we've increased our market cap. We're really excited about working with him further on some of what he's doing."
that's awesome. That's really good. That shows you how good Gallant must be, then, right? All right, we'll let
Yeah,
some people here ask some questions since you were kindly given $25 to 4 people to participate. So let's ask people who would like to ask a question to the Gallant team before he continues with the presentation. Go ahead now.
Oh, I got a question.
Go for it.
All right. So he said he has no, before I go further, I love the whole introduction, the whole display on the screen. I think it's really impressive. And you made mention that you're gonna introduce a launch pad for game developers that don't really have maybe support or let's say funds to actually start out. I would love to know how you tend to do that. Then you said it's gonna be available on Apple, and is that gonna be free or that's gonna be paid for? I would love to know, to look forward to it.
certainly. So if you're looking at the screen now, you can see that the proof is here. Because we are a legitimate business, Gallant Token LLC, that's the address of the headquarters. Of course, we don't live in Delaware. If you know anything about business, a lot of businesses register their LLC and incorporate themselves in various states based on tax laws. But there is a membership you have to pay with Apple. It's $99 a year. And so we've went ahead and we've paid, we've gotten approved, and we're really excited about that. And then also here is our game developer profile on Android Play Store through Google Developers. So to answer your first question, um, how do we anticipate creating a launchpad? Being someone who is constantly immersed into the space when it comes to game developments, there's various servers out there, and so we have our own server, of course, with Gallant Token, and we have a Gallant Gaming server, and so we will be marketing ourselves to allow gamers to join our YouTube, our Discord, and basically just put images, links to their trailers of what they have going on. That's actually how I've found a couple of developers that we are with. LinkedIn is also a big resource. That's where we found Kingster636 that's doing this game for us, and allowing those people to come in and drop information about their project, and we can vet them. They can give us samples of their game. The community can engage by downloading their game from the Android store and so forth to play them and say, that I think this would work. We can then give them insight to say, well, if you change this a little bit, it'd be great. And then when it's nice and in a package and wrapper, we can then deploy that through our launchpad of our two tools, which is Google Developer and Apple Developer, and make it available to the public. It'll be branded under Gallant Token, produced and written by, of course, the person who developed it, because we want them to give credit, but it'll be produced and released through Gallant Token.
Great,
The
thank
second
you
part
for that.
of
I think that answers
and,
your question.
yeah,
Oh,
and then the
keep going.
second part, of course, was of course seeing the Apple Developer Program. So we're enrolled there, and the fee is $99 a year.
Awesome. Thank you very much for an answer. I forget, yeah, I'm sure you're happy with that. Let's put another
Yeah.
question to someone else that's here today. If you just joined, you got a chance to win $25 if you ask a question. So it's a pretty good odds, This seems like a quiet bunch. So if you have a question, go ahead now.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So for the game, when it releases on the two platforms, I believe you say it's going to go out on Android and iPhone. How are you going to do the release? Is it going to come out in a beta version first, and then you're going to let people try it, or are you just going to go for it and send it out and hopefully everything works? Because I'm just curious as to how you're going to pick the testers for the game to make sure everything's working as it's supposed to.
Fair
Good
question.
question. Very good question. I like that one. So of course, the beta testing is going to be limited to our community. Holding Gallant, that was one of the things that's listed on the site. Is holding Gallant will always enable you to be a beta tester. And one of the things that we look for in our community is who's engaged. Why should Jimmy have an opportunity to be a beta tester when he's silent in the background? He never does anything, no matter if he invested $5,000 or he invested $20. He's a holder, and that matters. But being active in the community, and engaged with the core team and other community members is what lands you a spot to be a beta tester.
Awesome. That answers
Thank
my
you for
question.
that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Leon. Thank you for the question, and thank you for the answer, Stephen. Anyone who would like to ask a question, I'll ask you a bit further on. We'll let Stephen continue. Stephen, just one thing there are a few questions in front of me. I think you will cover them in your presentation, but just in case you don't, the tokenomics themselves in terms of like buy, sell tax, rewards, and things like that on the actual token. Can you just tell us about that? But if it's in the presentation, feel free just to go ahead.
I'll proceed with just vocal here. Verbally, I'll reiterate that because it's not in the presentation. On the website, we do have the information listed. If you go to gallanttoken.com, again, that's gallanttoken.com. We have a section there that shows the tokenomics. To vocalize them to you, there is a 10%. There's a total of a 13% tax right now. All of that is adjustable because our contract is not renounced, and we believe that being able to adapt as the market changes around you is something that a lot of projects shoot themselves in the foot for. Right now, there's 13% tax on buy,
completely agree.
13% tax on
Completely
buy,
agree.
13% tax on sell, and that 10% is going directly to the marketing wallet for development, directly traded in BNB through Swap and Liquify, and then a 3% reflections to our holders. We do have a liquidity pool, automatic liquidity pool. We don't need that right now, so we have that set at 0. A lot of people, I can't stand seeing projects launching out there and they're just raping the charts with 3 and 4 sales because of all the different taxes they have set. They have a $500 buy and then somebody sells $5 worth. Then they take $600 off the chart. It just destroys the candles, and nobody wants to buy into a red lit project. So we have the liquidity. We have it turned off to 0. We also have a burn function on our contract so that when we do promos and so forth, we might want to do, say for the next 2 weeks, all buys will implement, a 1% burn on all transactions on buy and sell. Those are the tokenomics. 13% currently, never can exceed 15% total. Those are hard coded into the
Great, thank you for
functions.
that. Thank you. That's a good contract. Yeah, definitely. Okay, go ahead with your presentation then. Let's listen to this.
So as you're looking at the screen right now, I purchased a character pack. There was a total of 15 characters purchased. The 5 that we want as our core characters are the Romans because we're medieval themed, Roman inspired. We like that era. A lot of people do. And so what you're going to see here next is the developments of those characters. Because we're original, we're branded, we're one of our own, we're unique, we're different. We don't want to have something that somebody else can put in their world, in their game and play. So as you can see, there's a complete customization utilizing our, I'm just going to say it, our kick-ass helmet. I love the helmet. Really proud of that helmet. He really looks aggressive and unique there. So that's before Gallant came in. That's after Gallant came in. This is the well, I call him like a juggernaut. I like that guy. That helmet looks pretty dope. And these are all custom done by the actual creator of the characters. He's working with this. He's finalizing the last one right now. This is the Axeman. He's got our actual logo from our website that was hand drawn. That's the helmet on him. I like both helmets, and so we're going to keep him versatile. And then the last character here, the headdress is changed, and so we're really pumped about this next character that's being done. He sent me renderings of it this morning, and so that one will be completed, and these 5 will be completed over the next few days. That concludes the 3D fighting game. I'll show you just a quick video from the website. There's an update on uh, showing a sneak peek of the 3D fighting game. And so what that video shows is the character playing in the realm, kicking and fighting and picking up weapons to play with. And this right here is showcasing the character selection developments that's taken place over the last 2 weeks. He progressed further into getting the levels completed. So there's a total of 5 levels, increasing the ability to move forward through the game so that it's not just a breeze through. You'll see that characters is locked and the ability to change them. The only way to unlock them is to complete the levels and collect the coins. And we'll fast forward here just a bit and showcase a little bit of the fighting action. Those are the I call them the Evil Dead, the Egyptians that have been respawned into the world. You can see in the background. I'll fast forward just a little bit here, let it rebuffer, and pause it. So what you're seeing now from the very first sneak peek we gave to this one is that there's now a timer introduced alongside Coin Collector. The boxes are interactive. You can break them open, obtain weapons to fight with, as well as further little Gallant coins that'll help you unlock the other characters. So that'll conclude the 3D fighting game, and I'll go right back into the presentation here. What you're looking at now is the blockchain-based 3D adventure game called King's Calling. There will be characters, a character, a knight that will start on the outskirts of the castle, and this is all being hand done as well. It's nothing that was copy pasted. It's custom, 100%. Kid named Mark, as we mentioned. We'll go to just a short screenplay of that one really quick and show you a little bit of the walkthrough. This is inside the castle. So the king is calling. And so the knight that starts on the outskirts, his mission is to get to the inside of the castle into the king's quarters so that he is able to find out what it is the king has to say to him and to give to him. And throughout the gameplay, there will be Easter eggs as well as Gallant coins to be earned, hence the play to earn, and player versus environment, PvE and P2E. This is showcasing a little bit of what's happened in developments from the outside and insides of the King's Calling game. Not to take up too much time, just wanted to give you guys some visuals. Stay tuned because once I finishes this meeting, as I mentioned, I will be going into creating the YouTube showcasing both of these trailers together. And we have the 3D NFT fighting game. It's currently under development. These are the renderings from the arena where the NFTs will fight against each other. and showcasing a little bit about it. We're working on having another meeting with a developer and his team to see where they can jump in and help us, because the previous developer that was helping us was hospitalized, and so we're currently on hold. That's why we're developing more onto um, the 3D adventure game, because our developers are active on that. These will have and be hosted into their own NFT marketplace. We're partnered with a project called Paradox NFT. They have a really solid infrastructure. You guys are more than welcome to check out their project and what they're doing. They have a Binance Smart Chain token that'll be integrated into the marketplace for purchases and so forth. It'll be cross-chain. Um, Not to talk about all about NFT marketplace with Paradox, but stay tuned because it's launching very soon. That's just a short visual to show what the marketplace is going to look like. So that concludes my presentation with you. I know I wanted to keep it short and sweet, so I gave you the meat and potatoes.
Awesome, thank you so much. And that's a very unique way of doing it, I've got to say. And I was going to say, when I was looking at the game, what a great game, good graphics, but then you presented two more things, yeah, wow, play to earn, player versus environment, and NFT fighting. I, I think I had some questions like, what do you plan to do down the line? What catalyst might you have to bring it to life? But you've clearly got that in hand already, so you covered those kind of questions. I'll put out to the community, if anyone here would like to ask a question, chance to win $25, and it's not something that's been asked already, feel free to go ahead now. So community, go ahead.
Hello, sir. I have a question.
Certainly, Stewie. Let's hear it, buddy.
Yes.
Thanks for asking.
You mentioned the Apple Developer Program in the first section of your presentation. As a news, I don't know if you are aware, but Valve, that makes Steam, banned all the games that contain NFT trading because they have a real world value. And also, Apple does not allow transactions that are not going through the Apple payment system because developers bypass their 30% tax. That's one of the main reasons for the Fortnite lawsuit. How would you address this issue?
That's a great question, Stewie, and I'm glad you asked it, because it's marketed on our website that Gallant Token LLC is a legitimate company, and through the Apple Development Program, we're aware of the regulations and regulatory issues that's happening, and so the games that will be play to earn in terms of connecting your wallet will be 100% released through WebGL and web base. So the Apple Play Store and the App Store through Apple and the Google Play Store games, such as this 3D fighting game that's launching, we will be having leaderboards posted in our community. And so in that leaderboard, people who play it, it's visual to see who's winning and who's not. And so we will be hosting, giveaways and excuse me, we'll be hosting giveaways for the people who play. So it's not an integration to worry about being banned or restricted from release, because it'll be just like any other game that gets released through the Play Store that's free to play. The in-app purchases will be strictly, currency based. They won't be built on the blockchain, and that's how we're able to dance that fine line between being a blockchain game and a non-blockchain game. The game itself that you just saw, I will look also as well in our next meeting that's with, it's already on my list here to write down, is to have Vivek export this from Unity through WebGL as well, so that we can transition it because, and I'll rewind it here, this is a launchpad to show, what we're doing, to give people something to do. Too many projects launch something and the holders and investors get bored. And so being able to deliver something that can give some people something to play, see products, see developments, while other stuff's going on in the background, is the primary purpose for that. And we're giving incentives for a weekly leaderboard and a monthly leaderboard while the other games are being developed, and this one as well being integrated to blockchain. That's our purpose there, Stewie. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And my pleasure.
Great question and great answer. That covers that. If anyone's just joined us, we've got the Gallant team here today with the awesome games that are in the works. And if anyone would like to ask a question, we have a chance to win $25. Then you can go ahead now and ask a question. Hey, Stephen. There's Stephen doxing for you as well, guys.
There's the Gallant
Class
pillow,
act.
Gallant swag. We're here.
Class act. Nice one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone,
Thank you.
go ahead. Very welcome.
Too many times developers hide
Come on,
behind
guys.
keyboards.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
And
Anyone
I'll
who's just
throw
joined
this.
us would like to ask a question. Stephen here.
I'll throw this out there as
You go,
well. In
Stephen.
our Telegram group, we have an exclusive channel called Gallant Gaming. We have games in there quite a bit that are Telegram based games that are WebGL, and integrations to Web3 is something that we're looking to do from these Telegram games. So stay tuned for that. But in the interim, feel free to play those games. Try to knock some people off the leaderboards at random times. I'll make an announcement to say, hey, look, I've put a bounty on so and so. If you can knock him off the leaderboard, you'll get an airdrop from Gallant. And in conjunction with that, we also have our Twitch channel that we're building our community up in. We're about to play a game called Marbles here in just a little bit. I'd say within about 2 hours, we'll kick off Marbles. Join the stream. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to download anything other than Twitch. Once you join the stream, you type exclamation point, the word play, you get a marble dropped on the board. If we have, say 10, 15 people joined in, we'll do a Grand Prix. We'll play like 5 rounds. Whoever has the most points after those 5 rounds gets an airdrop. So we're constantly engaged with our community. Just by being a part of the community, you have a chance to win Gallant. So there we go.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. I see a question actually posted in the main chat. I think Dean is one of, he comes into AMAs and I think he has connection problems, so he can't actually ask over the mic, but he's asking, and you covered some of it, but if you can just briefly go over this. What are the marketing plans before and after launch? Well, you've launched already. With a lot of games, tokens dropping every day in BSC, how do you intend to stand amongst them all, and how do you intend to keep the holders earned for a long time? So you covered some of it, but if you can just briefly touch that for this guy who might have missed the beginning.
I love it, AO. And since you're listening in, I tell you what, I'll do this a little bit of an unorthodox way. Of course, we have launched, and most projects don't last after 30 days. Look, we launched August 2nd, and to even rewind with that, this is to give you something even more of a meat and potato. Gallant Token was formed on May 17th. Okay, so we've been in the space now since May. And because we are an honest group of people, feel free to look at the media page on our website. You can read our Yahoo Finance article as to why we relaunched. Relaunches don't go well. You guys know that. If you've been in the space and you're an OG and you do your own research, relaunches don't go well. Gallant relaunched with a vengeance, and we airdropped our holders just like anticipated. And as you can see now, we just broke our all-time high for V2. So how do we anticipate keeping our holders around? Feel free to ask our holders. We've got people that's been in this project since day one, and we've got people that just joined today. So constantly staying engaged with our community, being transparent, and giving the updates that we do is proof in the pudding. We've got diamond-handed holders here, and as you can see, our price floor, people don't just dump. And when they do, we get another round of people in that are here for a long term, because not only with just a Binance Smart Chain, we're a business, and usually the first year of business without doing a big Kickstarter or crowdfunding, it takes a little bit for those pieces to fall into place. And so in terms of marketing, it's constantly creating a pattern of Operation FOMO. We create updates, we create releases, and keep the developments moving along. Trying to always be innovative and outside the box. We're not like most projects, and when I say not like most projects, I agree with you. It's saturated. Go back 6 months ago, everybody wanted to create a wallet and exchange. Now in the space, everybody wants to create a game, and not everybody is being transparent about their games. We're not a Axie Infinity, we're not a fruit or a dog or anything like that. We're a branded business, and building around our theme of era is always going to keep us innovating and reinventing what we're doing here, to think outside the box. How many cryptos have you seen announced on the New York Yankees broadcasting network?
None.
Yeah, and to add to that, we are very, very community driven. I mean, if somebody asks for something, if it's something that we can do, we are always there to add to it. We have incentives like for our long-term holders, as in you're getting 3% reflections, which is bigger than most tokens. On top of that, we even have an LP farm. I'm going to pull it up right now and see about where it's at, because we've had some people entering it. It very unique LP farm, and it is giving out 224% APY right now. You know, I mean, you're earning Gallant BNB in LP tokens. I mean, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, compared to the biggest LP farm everybody knows is you stake your cake, and that's about 80% APY.
And to follow up on that, following up on that, there's a strong desire with us for integrating with other communities. You know, we have a great group of people over at the CoinMerge community that support us. You know, doing meetups. We have a local meetup group here in Charlotte, North Carolina, called Queen City Crypto. Constantly wanting to educate people that are new to the space or scared of the space. You know, trying to work on integrating with other gaming communities and other gaming tokens to hold tournaments. Someone mentioned Epic. Guess what? Well, we have our own Epic creator ID through Gallant Token, and we can host our own Fortnite tournaments, our own, you know, Apex Legends tournaments by creating a prize pool in Gallant to give them that's outside of the gameplay itself.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, look, we're running. We're at the 30 minutes, so we'll kind of work to close this AMA now, because you know you've been provided some really good information. So you know, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, JB, Gallant team, and thank you everyone that joined us for this another gem in the Crypto Gems group. Just like to say to you guys and the team that we, as part of our AMAs, we also let you come along in future, drop posts in and stuff. You know, what updates and all that. That's fine. You can do that. We have no restriction with that, you know, anything new that happens. And I've got this recording here as well, so I'll stop that recording at the end and I'll send it to you as well. I've got the names of people who took part, so I'll send them I'll collect their wallet address, send to you, and you could give them, you know, their giveaway prize for joining. You know, it was really good of them to come. And yeah, we just want to wish you good luck in the future. Thank you for your unique presentation. Thank you for being our first team that have live doxed on air. That's awesome, and that's really class, you know. And yeah, great. Thank you so much. And if you want to say
Thanks.
anything in closing, go for it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Covidiot. In closing here, thank you as well. We're glad to be first. We tend to do a lot of first things here in the space for communities as well as for our community. So to close in this, guys, we have $1,000 giveaway going on right now for Shield for the Burn. If you look at our white paper, you'll see our tokenomics and what tokens are allocated for. And while we're not the moon boys that burn 50% of their supply overnight, in conjunction with the $1,000 giveaway that's hosted on Gleam, you can enter that in through our Twitter. We're also hosting an Among Us. If you guys have played Among Us, feel free to join in. We're going to have a game launch on Saturday with a practice session running tomorrow.
Awesome, and thank you, JB, for that quick doxing there as well. And I won't tell my kids because they play Among Us quite a lot. Sadly, I try and stop them.
Well, buy in.
All right,
Buy in
we'll
on.
close that there.
Buy in on. Buy
Yes,
in on.
yes.
$15 buy in on Gallant on Friday. $15 buy in. You buy in. Let him play it. Win you the money. Winner takes all.
Hey, I'm telling you, yeah, I'm going to be buying in. I'll be honest. I love the sound of this project. I'm definitely going to be buying some, so there's no doubt about that. I'll be going straight to the chart now. All right, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll conclude there because we could talk forever. Over and out.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.